There's all sorts of ammo out there. Some are built for hunting big game, others for training on the cheap, and some just to make things go boom at the range. But then there's ammo that's engineered for one thing: precision. The kind that groups tighter, flies flatter, and holds together when the wind starts pushing back. If you're punching paper at a match or reaching across a canyon for that once-in-a-lifetime shot, you know it all starts with the cartridge. But with every brand out there claiming to be accurate, how do you separate the real performers from the marketing fluff? In this video, we'll talk about 10 of the most accurate factory ammo across all major rifle calibers. We'll cover the ballistics, bullet designs, and real-world use cases that make these loads the top dogs for long-range shooters, hunters, and tactical professionals alike. Stick around, because this lineup might have that one bullet you've been looking for. Sig Sauer 6mm Creedmoor OTM Match 107 grain. Let's kick things off with the 6mm Creedmoor, which is basically a necked-down 6.5 Creedmoor. Made official by Hornady in 2017, George Gardner of GA Precision popularized it for PRS, since it feeds better than .243 Winchester with those long, high BC bullets. The result is a smooth cycling round with low recoil and remarkable accuracy potential. Factory 6mm Creedmoor loads usually run 103 to 108 grain bullets between 2,850 and 2,900 feet per second from a 24-inch barrel. That equates to about 1,900 to 2,100 foot-pounds of energy. The recoil is tame, so rapid target engagements are easier in timed matches. It's also suitable for medium-sized game if you pick up a hunting-optimized projectile. Sig Sauer's 107 grain OTM match load is a solid contender for clean groups. It leaves a 22.5-inch barrel around 2,950 feet per second and remains steady out to 500 yards. Expect to pay $1.68 to $1.91 per round. Hornady's 108 grain ELD match competes strongly, featuring a sleek polymer tip that trims drag and ensures reliable flight characteristics. Rifles range from the Springfield Armory Waypoint 2020 to Savage's MSR-10 and various custom PRS builds. The 6mm Creedmoor appeals to shooters who value flat trajectories and a comfortable recoil impulse, even though barrel life can be shorter than milder rounds. For rapid-fire competition stages or methodical long-range practice, this cartridge delivers. Eagle Eye 6mm GT A-Tip 110 grain. Developed by George Gardner and Tom Jacobs just a few years ago, the 6mm GT aimed to fix feeding quirks associated with short, blunt cartridges like the 6 Dasher. The designers lengthened the case slightly and set a 35-degree shoulder angle, so it cycles neatly through standard .308 size magazines. Velocities for 105 to 110 grain bullets usually settle between 2,850 and 2,925 feet per second from a 24-inch barrel. Shooters chasing low standard deviations usually find sweet spots just below 2,900 feet per second, leading to predictable vertical impacts out to 1,000 yards. Recoil is mild, and barrels typically last around 2,000 rounds before accuracy starts dropping off. Eagle Eye's 110 grain A-tip load is one of the best factory options. It advertises a muzzle velocity of roughly 2,915 feet per second and utilizes Hornady's A-tip bullet, which has a G1BC of 0.604. Wind drift remains minimal, and consistent manufacturing ensures uniform results shot to shot. Pricing hovers around $3.45 per round. Custom builds rule the 6 GT space, including rifles from GA Precision or Impact Precision, usually paired with a 1.7.5 or 1.8 twist barrel. This cartridge may be new, but it's making waves among PRS enthusiasts who demand quick follow-up shots and near bulletproof feeding under match conditions. Hornady 30-06 Springfield Vintage Match 168 grain. The 30-06 Springfield has been on the map since 1906 and remains a trusted choice for shooters who want power, range, and flexibility. It replaced the 30-03 in U.S. military service and went through 2 world wars, then built a reputation among hunters who recognized its proven performance. A typical 150 grain load exits a 24-inch barrel around 2,900 feet per second, generating roughly 2,800 foot-pounds of energy. Moving to a 180-grain bullet yields about 2,700 feet per second and over 2,900 foot-pounds. That's more than enough knockdown power for North American big game. For serious accuracy, Hornady's 30-06 Springfield Vintage Match with the 160-grain ELD match bullet is a personal favorite. It runs near 2,710 feet per second at the muzzle, dipping around 55 inches at 500 yards when zeroed at 200. The heat shield tip keeps the aerodynamic profile intact, so you get consistent performance at extended ranges. A box typically costs $2.05 to $2.32 per round. Rifles like the Remington 700, Winchester Model 70, Savage 110, and Browning X-Bolt have all proven their worth in 30-06. From field hunts to target matches, this cartridge still does it all, and it's likely to keep that status for years to come. HSM 7mm Remington Magnum Trophy Gold 180 grain. Remington rolled out the 7mm Remington Magnum alongside the Model 700 rifle. Its case comes from the 375 H&H, but it's necked down and trimmed to be more manageable, giving hunters a flat-shooting, hard-hitting round without punishing recoil. It rapidly took over from the 264 Win Mag and remains a favorite for big game and long-range pursuits. Typical bullet weights run from 140 to 175 grains, hitting velocities of 2,860 to 3,100 feet per second from a 24-inch barrel. Energy levels exceed 3,200 foot-pounds, letting you hunt elk and other large animals with confidence. The .284-inch bullet diameter also helps maintain a streamlined trajectory and minimal wind drift. For a factory load that shines on target, HSM's Trophy Gold with the 180-grain Berger VLD bullet is tough to beat. At around 2,845 feet per second, it cranks out over 3,200 foot-pounds of energy and uses a secant ogive boat tail design that penetrates a few inches before broad expansion, resulting in rapid incapacitation on game. It goes for around $3 per round. The Remington 700 in 7mm Remington Mag is a classic, but Weatherby, Tikka, Browning X-Bolt, and the Savage 110 long-range hunter also achieve serious accuracy. Certain U.S. Secret Service sniper platforms have used the 7mm Remington Mag for its reach and moderate recoil. It's a balanced magnum that keeps proving itself wherever precision is required. Federal 270 Winchester Gold Medal 140 grain. The 270 Winchester joined the shooting world as a necked-down 30-06. Though it took a while to catch on, Jack O'Connor's praise helped make it a household name among deer and antelope hunters. Its manageable recoil and flat trajectory led many people to trust it for a wide range of North American game. A standard 130-grain bullet travels around 3,060 feet per second from a 24-inch barrel, generating about 27 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. Stepping up to a 150-grain bullet often yields velocities near 2,850 feet per second with roughly 27 foot-pounds. This is a solid balance of speed and impact, enabling ethical shots out to 400 yards. Federal's Gold Medal Berger Hybrid Hunter with a 140-grain Berger bullet is a top choice for precision. Its muzzle velocity hovers at 2,950 feet per second, featuring a ballistic coefficient near .487, and it maintains energy for medium to long distances. A box averages $2.10 per round. Nosler's 150-grain AccuBond LR also performs well, though it costs closer to $2.85 each. The Winchester Model 70, Browning X-Bolt, Tikka T3X, and Weatherby Vanguard all have 270 versions that can deliver sub-MOA groups. Mild recoil and dependable ballistics keep this cartridge relevant for hunters who appreciate accuracy and manageable shooting characteristics in the field. Nosler 300 Win Mag 210 grain. The 300 Win Mag was derived from the 375 H&H case. It initially competed with the 7mm Rim Mag for attention, but it established itself as a powerhouse for long-range hunting and sniping roles. Many militaries adopted it for the extended reach and substantial energy it delivers, especially on larger targets. Ballistics impress even seasoned shooters. 150-grain bullets can soar above 3,300 feet per second, while 200-grain loads still move around 2,900 feet per second from a 24-inch barrel. muzzle energies can top 3,600 foot-pounds, so elk, moose, and long-distance steel are all within its domain. For long-range accuracy, Nosler's 210-grain RDF match-grade load is a top-tier option. It pushes 2,750 feet per second while delivers over 3,500 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle. With a drag-reducing boat tail and ultra-consistent me-plat, it minimizes wind drift and drop, falling about 21 inches at 500 yards and 153 at 800 when zeroed at 200. At $3.68 per round, it's built for precision when every shot matters. Tikka's T3X Arctic, the Remington 700 Sendero SF2, Weatherby Mark V AccuMark, and Bergara Premier Highlander provide excellent platforms for 300 Win Mag. On the tactical side, the Accuracy International AXSR and Barrett MRAD are among top-tier choices. Whether the goal is dropping a trophy bull or hitting distant targets, this cartridge has long been a heavy hitter with a loyal following. Eagle Eye 6mm Dasher Precision Match 109 grade. The 6mm Dasher started life as a Wildcat variation of the 6mm BR and gained fame in 1,000-yard Benchrest matches. Norma shook things up by offering pre-formed Dasher brass, making it easier to load this cartridge without the hassle of necking up or fire forming. Low recoil, efficient powder burn, and reliably tight groups define its appeal. Standard loads push 105 to 109 grain bullets above 3,000 feet per second from 26 to 28-inch barrels. Hand loaders typically tune charges with powders like Varget or RS60 to refine speed and precision. It's common to see half MOA or tighter groups, which is exactly what Benchrest and PRS competitors desire. Eagle Eye's 6 Dasher Precision Match ammo loaded with the 109-grain Berger Long-Range Hybrid Target Bullet sets a new bar for consistency. It clocks in at 2,825 feet per second using an extruded single-base powder and a hybrid ogive design that delivers excellent wind resistance with a G7 ballistic coefficient of 0.273. Each $2.98 round is hand-inspected, guaranteeing half MOA or better across every lot. No dope recalculations needed. Rifles are typically custom builds, featuring actions from BAT Machine, Kelbley, or Impact Precision, with premium barrels from Bartlein or Krager. Such setups are designed to shoot sub-half-inch clusters at serious distances. Though it's not around for hunting large game, the 6mm Dasher rules where pure accuracy and minimum recoil matter most. Federal 308 Winchester Gold Medal Match 168 grain. The 308 Winchester has earned a reputation for consistent precision and versatility since it appeared in 1952. It originated from the T65 series the U.S. Army tested, and Winchester got the civilian version out before the military designated the 7.62 by 51mm NATO in 1954. This short-action cartridge offers power on par with the 30-06, but works in lighter rifles. Typical 308 loads use bullet weights weighing 150 to 180 grains, reaching velocities of 2,600 to 2,800 feet per second from a 22 to 24-inch barrel. Muzzle energies hover around 2,600 to 2,900 foot-pounds, more than enough for medium and large game at distances up to 800 yards if you do your part. For accuracy, Federal Gold Medal Match with the 168-grain Sierra Match King is a prime contender. Fired from a 24-inch barrel, it travels at about 2,650 feet per second and carries around 2,620 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. At 500 yards, it drops near 50 inches when zeroed at 100 and holds over 1,000 foot-pounds of energy that far out. The boat tail hollow point bullet with a 0.462 G1 ballistic coefficient stays stable in flight and shrugs off wind relatively well. This load sells for about $1.50 to $2.25 per round, depending on where you pick it up. Rifles like the Tikka T3X CTR, Ruger Precision Rifle in 308, Springfield M1A loaded, and FN Scar 17S deliver excellent performance with quality ammo. The 308 Winchester has stuck around for a reason. It balances accuracy, manageable recoil, and enough punch for both defense and game hunting. Federal 6.5 Creedmoor Gold Medal Match 140 grain. The 6.5 Creedmoor went from a niche cartridge to a worldwide favorite in just a few years. Hornady unveiled it around 2007 using a neck-down 30 TC case and optimizing it for long aerodynamic bullets in a short-action format. Competition shooters appreciate the user-friendly recoil, efficient design, and consistent accuracy all the way out to 1,200 yards. Typical factory loads with 140-grain bullets clock near 2,700 feet per second from a 24-inch barrel, generating around 2,300 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. Lighter 120-grain versions can exceed 3,000 feet per second. The popularity of the 6.5 Creedmoor spread to the military sector, with certain sniper platforms switching to it for better long-range ballistics than 7.62 NATO. Federal gold medal match featuring the 140-grain Sierra Match King is a top example of why people love this caliber. It departs at about 2,675 feet per second, bucking the wind far better than many .308 loads. It runs around $2.60 per round, which isn't cheap, but you get proven consistency at mid and long distances. Shooters can choose from the Ruger Precision Rifle, Tikka T3X, Bergara B14 series, and more. Military outfits also adopted the 6.5 Creedmoor in various designated marksman rifles. It's a prime choice for folks who enjoy stretching the distance with minimal recoil and easy-to-tune ballistics, whether on the range or in the field. Lapua 6.5 by 47mm, 136 grain. And last but not least is the 6.5 by 47mm Lapua, which was specifically designed with a clean slate for international competition from 300 to 1,000 meters. It wasn't based on a parent case, which let Lapua engineer everything, from the small primer pocket to the chamber dimensions for extreme consistency. Velocity sits just below 6.5 Creedmoor levels, but the payoff is better consistency, minimal vertical spread, and a long brass life. A 123-grain bullet can reach about 2,900 feet per second, while Lapua's factory 136-grain Cinar L load hovers near 2,625 feet per second from a 27.5-inch barrel. That load goes for around $2.70 per round in 50-count boxes. Lapua's 6.5 by 47 loaded with the 136-grain Cinar L OTM is built for serious precision. With a muzzle velocity of 2,625 feet per second and a G1BC of 0.545, it stays stable in the wind and drops just under 46 inches at 500 yards with a 100-yard zero. It's optimized for matched chambers and is a favorite in long-range comps. At $2.70 per round, it's priced for performance, not plinking. Top-tier bolt actions from Accuracy International, Tikka, and GA Precision can be found chambered in 6.5 by 47 Lapua. The small rifle primer design and carefully engineered case neck make this a superb pick for those chasing the tightest possible groups. For serious competitors who prioritize consistent velocities and long brass life, it's a top choice. And that's it for this video. So let's hear it. Out of all the rifles and calibers we mentioned, which ones do you trust to make that critical shot? Drop your picks in the comments. And if this video gave you a few ideas for your next loadout, give it a like, share it with your crew, and hit subscribe with the bell on. More no-nonsense firearms content is on the way. Thanks for watching.